The Texas Longhorns are about to get a whole lot better. Texas is in such a great position to not only take back the throne as the top college in the state of Texas, but also to put themselves back into the top of the college football world. So if you guys are excited to hear about that, be sure to leave this video a like, comment down below what are your guys' thoughts on Texas football and the future of the Longhorns, as well as be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see the Longhorns continue to be on the great path that they already are on. There are two major factors that are setting Texas up to be absolute forces to deal with. The first of which being is that Texas under Coach Sharpe is showing more promise than they ever have. And even though this is only Coach Sharpe's second year, he already has done a ton to set Texas up to be dominant in the future. And the second thing is, all of the Longhorns competition is trash. When it comes to recruiting, the two schools that Texas has to be on the lookout for each and every single year is, of course, Oklahoma and Texas A&M, and they're both garbage this year. I mean, Oklahoma is currently 5-4, and Texas A&M is 3-6 on a 5-game losing streak. Now, Texas is currently 6-3. However, you can make a very, very strong case that if Quinn Ewers doesn't get hurt in the Alabama game, they beat Alabama, and then he would also lead them to a win over Texas Tech, and then you can kind of toss up the Oklahoma State game. That was just an overall game, but Texas could be sitting at what, 8-1 right now? They would be right up there to be in the mix of the top 8-ish teams in the country right now if they were 8-1, especially with they win over Alabama. On top of that, Texas is continuing to show that they are able to dominate in the recruiting world. They were not able to dominate the state of Texas the way that they were a little bit more last year. However, I honestly believe that we're getting right close to National Signing Day. National Signing Day is just next month. I believe that a lot more the state of Texas players are going to be flipping to the University of Texas. I mean, we already saw Colton Vasek, 4-star edge rusher, decommit from Oklahoma and immediately commit to the Longhorns. And the day before that, we saw Anthony Hill decommit from Texas A&M, and it's almost a lock that he's going to be going to the Longhorns. I could be seeing a lot more of that happening. Like, Texas is in a prime position to absolutely take off. Give Coach Sharpe one more year with the Longhorns and one more year with Quinn Ewers to absolutely take that offense to another level. You guys are picking up a ton of great defensive weapons in this recruiting class, as well as offensive weapons. Obviously, you got Arch Manning coming right down the pipeline. So you got your next 3 to 6 years already locked up as far as having solid quarterback play. All you gotta do is just put the pieces around him. You got the great coach and Coach Sharpe. Texas is in a prime position. When Oklahoma and Texas A&M keep on struggling the way that they do, fewer and fewer of the top Texas born and raised players are going to want to go to Oklahoma or go to Texas A&M. And most of these kids grew up seeing Texas beat Texas. I mean, they might be a little bit young to remember the 06 game, but their parents remember it. They hear about, oh yeah, my dad and my mom were talking about the Longhorns and all these players and that place. Most of these kids want to play for Texas. It's just that Texas wasn't in a position to be able to consistently get the 5-star recruits because, oh, they want to go out of state, or they want to go to TAMU, or they want to go to Oklahoma. Also, with the rise of Baylor, TCU, and Texas Tech, as well as SMU, all those players are going to be taking some of the lower ranked recruits from Oklahoma and Texas A&M as well. I think that Texas A&M is done. I think that Texas A&M, they had their shot. They had their great recruiting class. Jimbo Fisher has shown that he has no control over that program. It's still a little bit early to just put Brent Venables out on the hot seat like that, but it didn't start off to a great start. We'll just put it like that. I think Texas A&M is done. Oklahoma still has a lot of promise. Also, they're out of the state of Texas, so they can get all their Oklahoma recruits as well. I think that Texas is about to start dominating the recruiting game, where they're picking up 65 to 70% of the top 50 recruits in Texas if they want them. I could see that. I could very easily see Texas dominating the state of Texas like that. And when Texas is able to dominate the state of Texas in the recruiting game like that, it's over. Texas is such a deep recruiting pool that if Texas is even able to get 50% of the top Texas players that they want, it's a straight wrap. Also, once Texas moves to the SEC, I feel like a lot of Texas players go to Alabama, go to Georgia, because they're like, oh, I want to play in the SEC. The SEC is where you go if you want to go play in the NFL. Once Texas is in the SEC, a lot more Texas players are going to feel comfortable staying at home because they know that they're going to be playing SEC caliber football. They're going to be playing at a massive big time school. I mean, playing a home game at UT there's very few colleges that can replicate that feeling. So they're going to be getting the great college experience. They're going to be playing in the SEC. They're going to be playing for national championships. Texas is up right now. Like, if I'm a Longhorn fan, I am so excited about the future of the program. But I want to hear from y'all with the TCU game coming up. If you guys win versus TCU, woo-wee, that is going to be, Texas is going to be putting a stamp. I feel like that would be the best way to finish out this season. You beat TCU, you win out, you win your bowl game. You are setting yourself up to be a force going into year 4 of coach, or going into year 3 of Coach Sark being the head coach. You give Quinn Ewers another year. You're gonna get Arch Manning on the on campus. It's gonna be very high hopes. It's gonna be a lot of good energy around the Longhorns team. So, I want to hear from y'all. Comment down below, leave this video a like. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see all these great things continue to happen for the Texas Longhorns. With all that being said, I love and appreciate all y'all, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.